A 72-year-old retired nurse, Loris Murray, otherwise called Pat, who had recently returned to Jamaica to spend her retirement years, was tragically killed after criminals broke into her home and robbed her of her valuables. The incident has sent shockwaves through the community of Pyramid Heights, a gated community in Ocho, where Pat had been living. Pat grew up in Kingston, Jamaica, before migrating to the United States in 1989. She worked as a nurse in the U.S. and had returned to Jamaica in December 2024 to settle on the island. She was planning to return to the U.S. next month. Her daughter, Louise Murray, described her mother as someone who had a deep love for Jamaica and its people. Pat had envisioned spending her retirement farming and raising chickens, activities she was passionate about. On Friday, January 24, earlier in the day, Pat had visited a bank in Ocho, where she allegedly withdrew approximately $1 million. She then went to a hardware store in the area to purchase building materials as construction was ongoing at her home in Pyramid Heights. The materials were delivered in 3 separate trips. During the final delivery, which took place sometime after 6 p.m., Pat reportedly expressed discomfort to a friend over the phone. She mentioned that one of the 2 delivery men was walking around and looking into her house. Subsequently, the truck left the community with only the driver, even though 2 individuals had arrived for the delivery. The following morning, on Saturday, January 25th, the household helper arrived for work and immediately sensed that something was amiss. After attempting to contact Pat and receiving no response, the helper discovered her lying face down in a pool of blood. The police were called to the scene, where they found Pat with a head wound, an electric drill cord wrapped around her neck, and her hands bound with a handkerchief. Her tights and underwear were pulled down to her thighs, suspecting she had been sexually assaulted. The house had been ransacked, and several items, including a generator, were stolen. Additionally, a 2018 BMW X6 and a grey 2024 Toyota Cross were taken, along with her phone. Police sources suspect that Pat was attacked sometime between Friday night and Saturday morning. In a significant development, one of the stolen vehicles was subsequently found abandoned on the Milford Main Road in the resort town. Pat's daughter, Louise Murray, expressed her grief and outrage over the senseless violence that took her mother's life. The family is now left to mourn a life cut tragically short and to seek justice for the heinous crime.
She's not the first retiree or the first elderly person being targeted by Woodlands. This is just unfair. It is very unfair. It makes somebody like me don't want to return home. And everybody should listen out there. When you come back, you're taking a risk coming back to this island because they have no respect for what you work hard for. Everyone wants to come and